These are only some of Arirang's records and my live reactions during the first 4 weeks. So you have probably seen BTS is receiving strong reviews from multiple critics. So Rolling Stone UK, View of the Art, Rolling Stone, Consequence, All Music, Clash, The Guardian, Telegraph, Associated Press, New York Times. I believe strong reviews like this, I think Yoongi got for D-Day, Right Place, Wrong Person. For a K-pop album, I believe this is the highest. All of these are stellar reviews, except for one, which is by Pitchfork. Now, let me tell you something about Pitchfork. Not just this author, but Pitchfork overall, they are rage baiters. Just so you have an idea, the album by Peppa Pig, I'm not joking, the album by Peppa Pig has a higher score than Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar, and that Michael Jackson. It's no surprise at all. They are rage baiters. They know what they're doing. And yes, it is very unprofessional from them to have this particular critic who hates BTS very publicly on Twitter. He responded to an army saying like, if I was honest, I would give like even a lower score. Pitchfork loves the attention, even if it's negative. So who cares about their low review, especially when you see all of these amazing reviews? This is the highest a BTS album has received in terms of critic score. And even with the Pitchfork review, the Metascore is still very high. Arirang debuts at #1 on Spotify, actually in every single chart, in every single Spotify chart. So this is the top album's debut global. Arirang is at #1, of course. When it comes to songs, look at the top 10. #1, Swim. 2, Body to Body. #3, Hooligan. #4, Fire. #5, Aliens. 6, Normal. 7, 2.0. 8, Like Animals. 9, Merry-Go-Round. And 10, They Don't Know About Us. This is for just the US. Top albums debut USA. #1, Arirang. And for top songs debut USA, we have Swim, Body to Body, Hooligan, Fire, Aliens 2.0, Normal, Merry-Go-Round, Like Animals, and They Don't Know About Us. Before Arirang and after Arirang, Swim is at #1 with 14.6. Number 29, outstreaming the rest of the industry. Number 29 is right here. 6 million, more than 6 million. Is even higher than all of these songs. That's absolutely crazy. And here we have our filtering rate. So this is something important to pay attention to. When we stream on all of these platforms, we have filter streams and unfiltered streams. And for some reason, BTS always has like the highest filtering ever. So we stream a lot, and in the end, only some of those streams count. In the case of Arirang, our filtering rate is nothing. It's only 9%. And for the album as well too, overall Arirang has a very low filtering rate. This is the comparison with other albums. Overall, Arirang had a 35% drop for the second day. And you can see these are other big albums, and they had around the same or more of their songs streams drop the second day. Our drop is not that big. We're actually doing amazing on Apple Music. BTS ARIRANG has now reached #1 in 117 countries on Apple Music. It's the first album by a group and Asian act in history to receive this. So this is the confirmation by Netflix. 18.4 million global viewers showed up for their Bangtan when BTS reunited live on stage for the first time in almost 4 years in BTS The Comeback Live Arirang. And just a little comparison, who did this? The Oscars had 17.9 million in viewership. The Grammys on the floor, as always, 14.4 million. Golden Globes 8.6, Emmy 7.4, VMAs is like underground 5.5. So BTS had more. BTS Comeback Concert Live on Netflix boosted app installations by 347% in South Korea. This is just the numbers for South Korea. BTS The Comeback Live Arirang is charting at #1 on Netflix top 10 TV shows today in over 76 countries worldwide. Look at all of these countries. BTS's show was at #1 on the TV show section, including the US, the UK. Arirang debuts with 4.2 million copies in its first week on Circle album chart. This is crazy. As expected, BTS continues to be the biggest act in the world for a 6th consecutive day. In every single platform, BTS is #1. This is for Spotify. Daily Top Songs Global. Swim stays at number 1 for 6 consecutive days. Body to Body is at number 2 for 6 consecutive days as well. Daily Top Artist Global, number 1 is also BTS. Just so you have an idea how well we're doing with Swim compared to Butter and Dynamite, by the 5th day of release, Butter did, for example, 7 million, but Swim is doing 11 million. And this is very important because we're not just streaming Swim, we're streaming an entire album. Compared to the releases of Butter and Dynamite, we were focusing just on these songs. So we had the chance of streaming those songs more. But this time is different. We're streaming 14 songs. Even though we're still streaming 14 songs, Swim is doing better. The comeback of the decade. Following BTS's ARIRANG, the streams say it all. This is the BTS effect. This is by Spotify News, by the way. In the weekend following the release of ARIRANG, BTS's first-time listeners spiked by over 690% on Spotify. On March 20th, BTS reached number 1 on Spotify's daily top artist charts across 70 different markets. Biggest first week album debuts by K-pop acts on Spotify of all time. Of course, the list is just BTS and BTS members. Number 1 is ARIRANG with 545 million. Proof found on the floor.
This is the end of Proof's career. Like, that's it for them.
And also in terms of K-pop, because why not? I thought that it would be funny sharing this. Biggest first week albums debuts by K-pop acts on Spotify counter in 2026.
Not even close.
I saw someone adding all of these, and it's still not enough to surpass ARIRANG.
That's crazy.
K-pop is not the competition. The competition are these artists. Biggest first week album debuts in Spotify history. BTS has never been on the top 10 of this list. These are extreme high numbers. And this is BTS's first entry on this historic list of the top 10. Even the biggest artists that you can imagine are not here. And BTS is at number 8. I need to point out the differences as well because most of these artists are based in the US. So it is very easy for them to have partnership deals with Spotify.
I think all of them.
Even Bad Bunny, he's from Puerto Rico, but
that's part of the US.
That's part of the US, and those counts towards US Billboard chart. They all sing in English or Spanish. English, we know, dominates the music charts around the world, and Spanish has so many countries in Latin America. BTS singing Korean, I think it's even
such an accomplishment.
Yes, like way harder for them. Now, this is for the UK charts.
Entry at number 1 this week on the albums.
BTS has the number 1 album in the UK. That is pretty much expected, but the singles chart in the UK is so hard. But this is their highest debut. BTS earns their highest debut by a K-pop act in UK's official singles charts history with Swim at number 2. Number 28, Body to Body. Number 39, Fire. The full album is doing so well that Body to Body and Fire are charting as well. It's not that big of a deal. I just love seeing these moments of BTS winning week after week. BTS doesn't necessarily attend these Korean music shows, these K-pop music shows, but they still win. And so far, BTS has won 3 times already without attending. First place on Show Champion. This is for Swim, of course. Second win for M Countdown. I'm pretty sure they're very close. Oh my goodness, Swim again! And let's see the third win for Music Bank.
Who would it be?
Amazing! What? ARIRANG and Swim top all charts. Let's start with the US. Swim is number 1. The points gap between number 1 and number 2 is actually pretty good. So that's why headlines where Swim tops the charts comfortably. Now, when it comes to the Hot 100, once again, this is the US single charts. Look at all of these songs charting. On the Hot 100, number 25, Body to Body. Number 35, Hooligan. Number 36, Fire. Number 41, Normal. Number 47, Aliens. Number 50, 2.0. Number 52, Merry-Go-Round. Number 53, Like Animals. Number 56, They Don't Know About Us. 61, One More Night. 63, Please, and 68 Into the Sun. Number 1 is Swim, plus the 12 that we have right here. Those are the 13 eligible songs charting on the Hot 100. Number 29 was Robbed, but you can see here, number 29 was not eligible for this week Hot 100. It earned enough unit sales to chart, but does not presumably due to its lack of lyrics and or short runtime. So this is presumably, even though other songs with no lyrics and with a short runtime have charted on the Hot 100. Other people are assuming that it may be because there's no songwriters, and the other ones, even though they were short and had no lyrics, they still had, I don't know, producers or something. Like, I just feel like Billboard should just explain the reason, because we're just assuming that these are the reasons why. Previously, a song as short as 34 seconds charted. Shorter songs and songs with no lyrics have charted. So what are we doing here? This is how it used to look. BTS Billboard Hot 100 charts profile. It used to say 6 number 1 hits and 27 songs on the Hot 100. Now, 7 number 1 hits. It's just so poetic that Swim, their comeback song, is the 7th number 1 hit that they have. 7 number 1 hits and 40 songs on the Hot 100. These are the Hot 100 all entries by K-acts in history. All other K-pop, they have a total of 55. We're talking every single K-pop artist out there. Even if they were number 100, they are included here. BTS has 77, including the members' entries. All of these number ones: Permission to Dance, Spatter, Dynamite, My Universe, Savage Love Remix, 7, and Like Crazy were also number 1 by Jungkook and Jimin. But so many other entries. This is hilarious. I'm sorry. And this is the other K-acts entries. By the way, none of these were number 1 ever. Only BTS has 7 number 1s. Only BTS has number 1s at all. Here we have the Billboard 200, the number 1 albums in the US. 545,000. Just in the US, K-pop artists have topped the charts, have entered this list on the top 10, but very few artists, not just K-pop in general, very few artists have actually topped the charts, both the Billboard 200 and the Hot 100. So that means that they have a number 1 song and a number 1 album at the same time. This is very difficult, not just for K-pop, but like in general. When it comes to the artist charts, I'm pretty sure they combined the numbers from the Hot 100, the Billboard 200, which is for albums, and the top social media. They don't have that chart anymore because it was just ridiculous. BTS was number 1 on that social media list. BTS were number 1 for years. They never stopped being number 1. So they just canceled that chart. But now they have this one, Artist 100, BTS number 1. They've been number 1 on this list for 22 weeks. This is of course a re-entry at number 1. This is the Global 200. It's like the Hot 100 but global. BTS occupies the entire top 9. Number 1, Swim. Number 2, Body to Body. Number 3, Hooligan. Fire, Normal, Aliens, Like Animals, 2.0, Merry-Go-Round. This is another one, the global excluding the United States. When you exclude the United States, BTS occupies the entire top 10. Actually, I believe they occupy the top 13. But the chart only has 10, this picture only has 10 places, so we can see the top 10. BTS becomes the first act to occupy the entire top 10 spots of the global excluding the US chart simultaneously this week. This is the Brazil chart. Swim becomes the first international song to debut at number 1 on the Billboard Brazil Hot 100 after the chart's reform. BTS is the first international artist. It's always been Brazilian artists on the Billboard Brazil Hot 100. All ARIRANG songs debuted on the chart top 30, becoming the first international album to achieve this, being 5 in the top 10. Historic. This is for the Billboard Mexico charts. BTS becomes the first ever non-Spanish speaking artist to reach number 1 on the Billboard Mexico song chart. They also become the first non-Spanish speaking international act to achieve the most simultaneous entries in the chart's history. This is the Billboard All Killed. This is something that ARMY's created because before, this all kill concept was for Korean charts, but BTS has all kills not just in Korea charts but on Billboard Billboard charts. BTS is number 1 on all the following charts this week: Billboard Hot 100, Billboard 200, Billboard Artist 100, Billboard Global 200, Billboard Global excluding the US, digital song sales, world digital song sales, top album sales, vinyl albums. This is the Australian charts, the ARIA charts. Number 1, ARIRANG in the top 10 albums. The ARIA charts are extremely difficult. Still, Swim is number 4, historic as well. BTS ARIRANG has been certified gold in France. Let's go to the Korean charts. Oh my goodness, who could it be? Of course, it's Swim by BTS, 7,000 points. So now they have Show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. Just a reminder how well we're doing on Spotify. This is the top 50 global. Number 1, Swim. Number 3, Body to Body. 5, Hooligan. 9, Normal. 11, Fire. 14, 2.0. 15, Like Animals. 18, Aliens. 19, They Don't Know About Us. 23, Merry Go Round. 26, One More Night. And 26, Please. This is the weekly top music videos global. Swim is number 1 on YouTube. And this is the global all kill. Hot 100, Apple Music, Spotify, Melon, YouTube Music, Line Music, Hanto Chart, Billboard 200, Oricon, number 1. BTS number 1 in absolutely everything. Here's another one as well. BTS debuts 5 songs of ARIRANG on the official IFPI MENA chart with the highest Swim at number 1, a new career peak and the first for a group. ARIRANG remains stable on the charts for week 2. Actually, we're doing better, which is crazy. We're doing better during our week 2 than any other artist during their week 2. So think of other big artists that they have released this year. Their week 2s are not as strong as BTS's week 2. Swim is being extremely stable in all charts, in all countries. This is in Melon, number 1 Swim, to Body, Hooligan 2.0, basically all the songs. And my favorite moment of the day, BTS claiming number 1 on today's M Countdown, scoring their second double crown for Swim. The winner is Swim. I'm so shocked. Let's look at this other one. Swim keeps going strong, earning its 7th win on today's Music Bank. And BTS wins again. And next we have the Japan charts. Swim reaches number 1 on Oricon weekly streaming chart with 10 million streams. For the Japan Billboard charts, Swim is number 3 at the Japan Hot 100 and ARIRANG is number 1 on Hot Albums Japan Billboard charts. Swim is topping the charts of many Latin American charts, and actually overall, if you count like all Latin America, ARIRANG is the most successful or like the biggest album only after Bad Bunny albums. And of course, it makes sense if you count all of Latin American countries. It's a Latin American artist, Bad Bunny at number 1, and his albums, and then BTS. So pretty great achievement as well. These are the ARIA charts for week 2. ARIRANG stays at number 1 on the top 10 albums ARIA charts from Australia for a second week. Not even just for the first one, for the second week. This is the German charts. BTS made history as the first group and Asian act to debut and occupy simultaneously at number 1 on both the single and album chart on the official German charts with Swim and ARIRANG. This is New Zealand. Swim reached a new peak of number 8 on New Zealand's official singles chart in week 2. And ARIRANG spends a second week on New Zealand official albums chart at number 2. ARIRANG debuts at number 1 on the United World Chart with 1.9 million equivalent sales. So we know that ARIRANG is the number 1 album in the world right now. Even when other big artists have just released albums, look at number 7. This is the remix album. The remix album is at number 7. Biggest streaming weeks for 2026 albums on Spotify. Number 1, ARIRANG. We know this. Number 2, the second week of ARIRANG. The second week of ARIRANG is bigger than the first week of other big mainstream American artists, Western artists. I'm a little bit scared now of ARIRANG. BTS songs on Spotify during their second week: Swim, 59 million, Butter had 53 million. And it's very important that we put this into context. When Butter and Dynamite were released, we just had to focus on one song. Now we are focusing on an entire album, and our priority, yes, it's Swim, but it's really the entire album, and these are the results. Even with an entire album as our focus, Swim is number 1, is doing better during its second week than Butter and Dynamite. And not just that, Body to Body, which Body to Body is not a single. It doesn't have a music video. They're not promoting it in any kind of way. Body to Body has a bigger second week than Dynamite. This is the real definition of effortlessly. Body to Body, effortlessly dethroned Dynamite. I also found this interesting. BTS will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award by ARIRANG TV. The award recognizes their significant contributions to promoting Korean culture globally through the network, as well as their role in delivering hope and inspiration to audiences worldwide since their debut. And while we're talking about this, South Korea welcomed a record 2 million visitors in March. I wonder what happened in March. This is the reality. People were talking about like This Is Mere campaigns, talking about how not enough people went to BTS's comeback concert. This is the reality. BTS is doing better than ever, which is expected, but at the same time, I'm surprised. I knew that BTS could do all of this. I just never thought it was going to be this big. ARIRANG album has surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. 1 billion already. It's been a couple of weeks and 1 billion already. Swim had its first lowest filtering rate on Spotify Global since its debut day. Day 18, only 10% of filtering rate. So in the case of the Hot 100, Swim dropped to number 2. However, Swim is actually doing better during this second week than other songs, even though they were number 1. Let me explain. The way the Hot 100 is taking these numbers is different. They don't count YouTube anymore. The ratios are different now. So with the new rules, we're actually doing better than expected. Actually, if you take radio out, which is the only thing that we cannot control, if we take radio out, Swim would be number 1. I'm telling you guys, number 2 is still amazing because if you compare it to songs that were released alongside albums, think of Life Goes On, released alongside B. Think of My Universe, that it was a collaboration with Coldplay. All of those songs were number 1, and then for week 2, they dropped like 10 places. But now we're at number 2 with Swim, with a full album of 14 songs, with basically no radio play. BTS chart 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 for second week with ARIRANG, their first album to do so. Once again, first time that we're doing these great numbers, not just on week 1, but also on week 2. We have Body to Body on number 42, Hooligan at 64, Normal at 73, Fire at 74, 2.0 at 75, Aliens at 84, Like Animals at 90, They Don't Know About Us at 94, and Merry Go Round at 96. Other times, we would do these numbers during week 1, then week 2, they disappear. Not anymore. That is not happening. Now, that is for singles. When it comes to Billboard 200, which is about albums, BTS is at number 1 with ARIRANG, which is crazy because number 2 was really trying like very, very hard. But at the end of the day, ARIRANG won against the bully. Literally, ARIRANG at number 1 for a second week. Now, why is this so surprising? Not just because we had that competition. No other Asian act ever were number 1 for 2 weeks in a row with an album. Not even BTS. BTS, for the first time, have a number 1 album 2 weeks in a row. The Artist 100, BTS is at number 1 once again. That is the US. When it comes to Billboard Global, of course, BTS is number 1 with Swim on both of these Billboard Global charts. 2 weeks at number 1 for the Global 200 and for the Global excluding the US. Swim number 1, Body to Body at number 2, and Hooligan at number 10. For Global excluding the US, we have number 1 Swim, number 2 Body to Body, number 5 Hooligan, 6 Fire, 7 Normal, 8 2.0. So many songs. It's still charting on the top 10. We're talking about longevity. Let's see how other artists do on their 18th day. BTS is doing better than them on their 18th day, which means BTS is better in terms of longevity right now, which is something that I never thought I would say. Swim by BTS holds a strong at number 1 on the official MENA chart for a second week with another hit. Body to Body is still in the top 20. The official top 10 counts the songs you've streamed the most during the week across Angami, Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, and YouTube. Swim continues to win K-pop music shows. Let's watch.
네, 이번 주 1위 방탄소년단입니다. 축하드립니다.
8th trophy on Music Core today. Now let's see the next one.
네,
Swim versus Body to Body. I remember on against Black Swan.
방탄소년단 스윙 축하드립니다.
Swim! First, some records, guys. Body to Body, 100 million streams. And Swim, 200 million streams. Already we have 100 million and 200 million. Biggest streaming weeks for 2026 albums on Spotify. BTS is number 1, 2, and 3 with their 3 weeks. Number 1, first week of Arirang. Number 2, second week of Arirang. Number 3, third week of Arirang. BTS is doing with Arirang on the third week better than other artists' debut albums, debut weeks. And Arirang silver in the UK. Arirang, the album by BTS, is now Brit certified silver. And it's the moment for K-pop shows. This is for show champion. It's Swim. I cannot believe it. 10th win for Swim. And who can it be? Oh my goodness, it's Swim again. It was announced that BTS received 3 nominations at the AMAs. Apparently, the numbers for week 1 of Arirang were so strong that they received nominations with just the week 1 numbers. The categories are Song of the Summer, that's Swim by BTS, Best Male K-pop Artist, that's BTS, and Artist of the Year, that's BTS. I'm just so proud that BTS, while on hiatus, the majority of the eligibility period in just 1 week of Arirang, they are nominated for Artist of the Year against these huge other artists who had huge years. BTS is going to be presented with an award by a county. El Paso County will present BTS with the Estimado Amigo Award. That means esteemed friend or dear friend. El Paso County will declare May 2nd and 3rd dates as BTS weekend. The El Paso County usually gives the award to people to commend them on their leadership, services, and achievements. BTS's Arirang spends a third week at number 1 on the Billboard 200, becoming the album with the most weeks atop the chart in over a decade. We can see here Billboard 200, Arirang number 1. For singles, Swim is at number 5. This is better than ever. And numbers 1 through 4, they just have so much radio. These charts are just US charts. The combination of these two charts, we can see it on the Artist 100. And BTS at number 1, again, this week top-selling vinyl albums. BTS Arirang is number 1 again. Now let's talk about global numbers. Swim is number 1 on the Global 200, third week in a row. And then for the Billboard Global, excluding the United States, Swim is number 1 again for the third week in a row. Body to Body at number 7. And when it comes to global, excluding the United States, we have Body to Body at number 4, 2.0 at number 5, and Hooligan at number 7. Week 1, BTS were number 1 on the Billboard 200, Billboard Hot 100, Billboard Global 200, Billboard Global Exclusive US, and Billboard Digital Song Sales. For week 2, they stay at number 1 on absolutely everything except, guess what? The Billboard Hot 100. It's really radio. BTS for the third week is number 1 in absolutely every single chart except for the Billboard Hot 100. I wonder why. It's because of radio, guys. This one chart doesn't change all the other charts. It's not just Swim getting the recognition, it's Body to Body, it's Hooligan, it's 2.0. All of these songs are in the top 10 global. The 22nd day, Swim earns its lowest filtering rate ever. The filtering rate on day 22 is lower than the filtering rate on day 1. Today was day 25 and today's filtering rate was even lower. Also, I'm excited because yes, BTS is getting 3 nominations at the AMAs this year, but BTS will be nominated next year as well. And now it's time for my favorite show, Everyone's Silence.
먼저 음원 점수입니다.
I wonder who will win. Oh my goodness, it's BTS! This is the 12th win for Swim. The next one. This is Inkigayo. So close. Yeah, guys, super close. It's double the other 2 songs. BTS reaches a new peak on Spotify. Now they have 46 million monthly listeners. This is a new peak for them. Monthly listeners is something that has always annoyed me. It never sat right with me, but at the same time, it's great that BTS has these big numbers just by themselves. Because usually other artists' monthly listeners, they get to 100 million monthly listeners or even more than BTS, 50 million monthly listeners, mainly because of 2 things: playlisting on Spotify and collaborations. So BTS does these numbers without collaborations and without playlisting. And you will know that they don't have good playlisting because on the global charts, BTS is at the very top, either 1 or 2. And they are kind of low in the Today's Top Hits playlist. It's a playlist curated by Spotify according to them just because it's a vibe. It's what they would recommend. Do you think other things are not involved there? I find it very weird. Today's Top Hits is a marketing tool that labels can pay for. But it's still without collaborations and without strong, aggressive playlisting like other artists. BTS has 46 million monthly listeners, and I'm so proud of them for doing that. Biggest streaming weeks for 2026 albums on Spotify. This is hilarious. Arirang first week at number 1. Arirang second week at number 2. Arirang third week at number 3. Arirang fourth week at number 4. And then the debut weeks of these other artists' albums. BTS ARIRANG has now sold over 1 million total units in the US. It's the first album released in 2026 to reach this milestone. It's been 4 legendary weeks of BTS not just surpassing every single album from this year, but I'm not even joking, destroying the competition, the gap from number 1, BTS, and number 2, other artists. It's crazy. And more importantly, they have never been this stable. Billboard 200, BTS's ARIRANG is at number 3 during the 4th week. Number 3? This is crazy. BTS has never even had a number 1 during the 2nd week. But BTS had this time a number 1 album for week 1, for week 2, and for week 3. Even when big artists were releasing new albums these first 3 weeks. For the whole 100, this is for the US singles. Swim is at number 10, which is also amazing because BTS doesn't have these monster numbers for radio. Now, when it comes to the global charts, Swim is at number 1 on the global 200 and at number 1 on the global excluding the United States. Not just Swim, but Body to Body, destroying Dynamite's numbers. Can I say that? It's true. Body to Body is at number 10 on the global 200 and on the global excluding the United States, Swim is at number 1. Then Body to Body is at number 5. 2.0 is at number 6. Dynamite crying in the corner. And Dynamite had so many advantages because we only had to stream Dynamite. This time we have so many other songs to stream and still Dynamite didn't do as well. And that is just the truth. That is, of course, Body to Body, destroying Dynamite. But Swim is destroying Butter. BTS ARIRANG becomes the first and only 2026 album to have 9 songs surpass 100 million streams on Spotify. Achieved in just 32 days, a level far beyond the reach of other 2026 albums. Compared to other albums released this year, ARIRANG is number 1 by far. Fastest 2026 songs to surpass 100 million streams. Number 1, Swim, in just 8 days. Body to Body in just 18 days. And then we have other artists, main singles. And then we have Hooligan in just 24 days, 2.0 in just 26 days, Fire in 27, Normal in 27, Like Animals in 30, Aliens like 30, They Don't Know About Us in 32. And then we have another song that is a lead single actually by another artist. Fastest BTS songs to reach 300 million. Butter and Dynamite on the floor. My Universe on the floor. Swim reached 300 million streams on Spotify in just 32 days, even though we have multiple songs that we're paying attention to because ARIRANG. Butter did the same, just with all the attention in Butter, in 39 days. That is embarrassing. Butter and Dynamite. So this is BTS comparing it to BTS. These are 2026 songs. Swim did it in 32 days, and the second place did it in 88 days. Look at the gap. We're talking about Spotify history here. This is the competition, BTS with ARIRANG. It's on the top 6, as you can see, just behind Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny. Look at these big artists that they have surpassed with ARIRANG. Drake album, the Olivia album, and the Billie album. These have been like big albums, but ARIRANG surpassed them. Those are global and US charts. These are Korean K-pop shows. So yeah, this is Swim's 14th win. And guess who won this week? This is Inkigayo. The contender is 2.0. So this is the first win for 2.0. BTS performance in Korea without promotions. Number 1 Melon Top 100. Number 1 Melon Daily Chart. Number 1 Melon Artist Daily Chart. 4 Weekly Popularity Awards. 50 Music Show wins. 49 Real-Time All Kill. These are numbers in South Korea without music show promotions because they have not attended a single one of these music shows and they're just winning them all. And by the way, if you don't know, if you're newer to BTS, before it was unlimited. So a song could win for weeks and weeks and weeks. But because Dynamite broke the system, because Dynamite was bigger than other songs week after week after week. So they had to do a 3-win rule. So one song can only win 3 times. So I know we're making fun of our Queen Dynamite, but Queen Dynamite paved the way and you need to accept that. Yes, Swim is ruling and doing way better, but that is thanks to the success of Dynamite. We have to admit it.